Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who are well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, listening on to his truth with our sincerity. All right, and may the blessing election be upon your houses. All right, the topic of this lesson is going to be, all right, killing that old man continually. All right, continuously. All right, because hey, that old man gonna try to creep up. All right, that old man will try to creep back up and knock you off your pivot. All right, but that is the time when we supposed to make sure that we are well rooted. All right, and fully put away. All right, that old man. All right, because as we get closer and closer to the end, these demons are gonna crank up. More and more prophets gonna come to pass. All right, it's gonna get a lot worse out here, man. And as these demons is cranking up, all right, that old man gonna be trying to creep back up, trying to knock you off your pivot, all right, trying to get you to revert back to old ways, all right, try to tempt you, all right, and so forth. But ultimately, all right, we have to kill that old man, all right, put off that old man, and be well rooted in this truth, well rooted in this ministry, well rooted when it comes down to serving Yahweh Shah, being all in. All right, you can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out with Yahweh Shah. You can't give the Lord half of what you have to offer, man. You have to give the Lord all of you, right? You got to put your all into serving Yahweh Shah. All right, 100% sincerity, right? Giving the Lord 144%. All right. But nevertheless, all right, killing that old man, making sure that old man doesn't try to creep up, all right, because you're going to get tested. You're going to get tempted. You're going to get tried. All right, there's a lot of things that's going to be, put before you or thrown at you that's going to, try to, basically have that old man creep out, or have that old man, come back, and so to say. All right, but we must remember the end goal. We must remember what's going to come at us, what's going to get thrown at us. All right, because the Lord let us know already. When we go into Sirach, the 2nd chapter, all right, the Lord lets us know when we come to serve him, we had to prepare ourselves for the different trials and tribulations, the different temptations, the different things that's going to get thrown at us. All right, so the Lord's already putting us on game, right? Prior to us coming to the truth, he's letting you know, hey, when you come to serve me, prepare for these things. All right, it's not going to be a cakewalk. All right, it's not going to be something you could lollygag on, something that you could be, half-assing, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, being lukewarm with. Nah. All right, prepare yourself for these different temptations that's going to be put before you. All right, and one of the biggest things is putting off that old man, fighting that old man, right? Fighting these demons, right? Because honestly, at the end of the day, it's a constant battle between good and evil. It's a constant battle between the flesh and the spirit, right? Your spirit knows what's right. Right, your spirit is constantly fighting the flesh, but the flesh is the one that wants to do wickedness. The flesh is the one that wants to do what's wrong. So you have to go through that daily battle between the flesh and the spirit, right? The minute you wake up, you dealing with that battle between the flesh and the spirit, man. All right, that is a constant battle that you are going to have to deal with. All right, but you must tend more to the spirit than tending to the flesh. Okay, all right. You could be in a position or a circumstance or a situation where, whatever the situation may be, you'll have a, they'll say, that instinct or your gut feeling, where you'll have that thought that goes through your head where it's like, you shouldn't be doing this, right? That's really the spirit telling you, hey, you shouldn't be doing this, man, right? That first initial thought that's steering you to the right direction, that's telling you, hey, shouldn't be here, or you shouldn't be doing this, or hey, be cautious, whatever the case may be. That's really the spirit that's talking to you, man. Right? So you got to really tap in with that spirit, because it be leading you to the proper way, and it be that flesh that be like, nah, I'm gonna keep doing it, or nah, I'm gonna do the wickedness, whatever the case may be. All right, but you have to tend more to the spirit than the flesh. It's a constant battle. All right, and it's good to pray, fast, repent, and so forth, man. All right, Because at the end of the day, that old man's constantly going to try to creep up, man. Constantly going to try to see if he could slither his way through. All right. But that's when you got to make sure that you are well rooted when it comes down to serving Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Well rooted in the scriptures, well rooted in the ministry. All right. But nevertheless, let's jump into it. This is Ephesians, the 4th chapter, verse 22, and it reads that ye put off concerning the former conversation of the Shalaki, that ye put off let me read this again. Ephesians 4:22, that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. All right. So when we come into this truth, when we come into this ministry, when we, wake up to the truth, right? That's when we put off that old man, right? We put off that old man. We be renewed in our mind. We put on that new man, right? We put away that older version of ourselves that was in the world, that was, smoking blunts, that was, committing adultery, that was getting lineups, that was eating all types of abominable food. All right, that was being full-blown wicked. All right, that was worshiping idol gods. All right. When we come into this truth, we be renewed. We put off that old man. We put off that older version of ourselves, man. And we are renewed through righteousness, man. We renew through our spirit when we come to this thing. And we put on that new man that is moving in righteousness. That is, moving according to everything that is pleasing in the sight of Yahweh Shem Al Shah. All right? So we have to constantly make sure that we are killing that old man, making sure that we're not leaving room for that old man to try to creep in through, to try to knock you off your pivot, man. Not leaving room for these demons to try to creep in through to knock you off your pivot, man. Because as we are getting closer and closer to the end, these demons are going to crank up. They're going to get more cunning. They're going to try to find more avenues, more ways to slither on through to try to knock you off your pivot, try to throw different things at you, try to come at you in different directions, different ways. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we must stand firm in what we believe, man. We must continually push and fight all the way into the end, man. Because this is a part of the walk. Battling demons is a part of the walk. All right? Continually killing our old man, fighting that old man, fighting the flesh is a part of the walk, man. Right? The Lord let us know what to prepare ourselves for, man. We are truly in a spiritual battle. Our spiritual warfare. So we must fight. Make ourselves as men. All right? The Lord was an austere man. All right? The Lord's not looking for no effeminate man. All right? So we have to move accordingly. And in righteousness also. To be found pleasing in the sight of Yahweh Shem Al Shai. This is 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter, verse 11. And it reads, when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Right? I first heard this from the brother Gabar in our camp. Right? He said, right, you're not a man until you serving Yahweh Shem Al Shai. All right, truly, right? You're truly not a man until you truly serving Yahweh Shem Al Shai. All right, and that stuck with me, man. All right, because hey, before this truth, we were children, man. We were wicked. We were in that 2/3 mindset. All right, no matter what age you're at, if you're not serving Yahweh Shem Al Shai, you could be 70 years old, 100 years old. If you're not serving Yahweh Shem Al Shai, you are not truly a man. All right? Because you still that old man. You still in that childlike mentality, man. All right? But when you do come and serve Yahweh Shem Al Shai, when you put off that old man, that is when you are renewed, and that's when you are truly a man, right? You put away those childish things. You put off those childish thoughts. All right? Salakia. This is Galatians. Salakia. This is Galatians, the 5th chapter, verse 17. And it reads, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the thing that ye would. All right. So it is a constant battle between the flesh and the spirit. They're going head in head. They're going head to head with each other, man. Constantly fighting with each other. And these is all happening within yourself. All right? You got the flesh and the spirit are at war, at battle inside yourself, man. Your flesh wants to do wickedness, man. Your flesh wants to smoke that blunt. Your flesh wants to eat those abominable foods. Your flesh wants to be committing idolatry and adultery, man. Your flesh wants to do everything wicked. Your flesh wants to be aligned and in tune with this world. But the spirit doesn't. The spirit wants to do everything that is found pleasing in the sight of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. So these two things are constantly going at it with each other. And that old man is in tune with the flesh. Right? And that new man is in tune with the spirit. So these two things is constantly battling each other. All right? The flesh going at the spirit, trying to knock you off your pivot. That old man going at your new man, trying to knock it off his pivot, trying to creep in through, trying to implant wicked thoughts in your mind, trying to deceive you, right? Trying to have you to go off, trying to sift you out the truth. Okay? It is a constant battle for our souls, for salvation. And we must remember this thing, all right, that this battle is happening. We must remember this constantly throughout our daily walks. Constantly when we're, moving about in Babylon, America, when we're making certain decisions, when we're going to certain places, all right? Because we have to make sure that we are tapping into the spirit as much and as consistently as possible. All right? Because, hey, these demons, that flesh, we try to get so cut into the point, it might try to deceive you, right? That flesh might try to deceive you. These demons might try to deceive you. That old man might try to deceive you to the point where it's like, it got you believing you in the spirit. Whole time, you listening to the flesh. Right? That's why we have to make sure that we are praying, fasting, repenting, doing these things consistently, all right, doing the work, doing everything to be found pleasing in the sight of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, following the law, such commandments to the best of our abilities, all right, because as we get closer to the end, it's going to crank up more, and we have to make sure that we are well rooted in this truth, man. Okay? This is truly crunch time right now. Look at what's happening throughout the four corners of the world. Look at the state of the world. All right? That alone shows you the times that we are in. And for those that don't see it, hey, fuck them, man. That's on them. All right? The Lord put that on them, man. But for us that see the times that we are in, this is a time more than ever to make sure that we are on point. All right? This is Luke 22:31. And it reads, and the Lord says, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan had desired to have you that he may sift you as wheat. All right? That is ultimately the job, okay, of the spiritual demon Satan. All right? And all these other demons, man. It's to ultimately sift you out of the truth. It's to pull you away from Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. It's to tempt you. It's to vex you. All right? It's to implant wicked thoughts into your mind. All right? It's to try to get that old man to creep back up and knock you off your pivot, man. But us knowing these things, right? Because the Lord putting us on game, right? The scriptures is really putting us on game and letting us know what to prepare for, right? And how to handle these things, right? So us knowing these things are going to happen, or us knowing these things are going to be thrown at us, we should be more locked in, more than ever, more well rooted in this truth, okay? Because us knowing, hey, that's the job of these demons, that's the job of Satan, is to try to, get that old man to creep back through, sift aside the truth, get us to go off, put wicked thoughts in our mind, and so forth. Us knowing these things, we should be cleaving unto Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai even more. It even tells you that in Sirach, the second chapter. All right? So we should be cleaving unto Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai even more. Okay? This is Proverbs, the 25th chapter, verse 28. I'm going to close it out with this. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down with walls. Ruling our spirit. We must be able to rule our spirit. That is a crucial key thing to have when it comes, to serving Yahweh Shem Shah, when it comes down to being in this truth, man. All right? Because if you can't rule your spirit, any sign of temptation, anything that's thrown at you, you're going to just crumble, man. You're going to just fall at it, man. All right? You fucking around, be walking down the street, you see someone smoking a cigarette or a joint or a blunt, and they try to tempt you like, hey, you want to hit it? If you can't rule your spirit, you'll fucking around and be like, yeah, man, let me hit it. You just crumble. You fold. That's why it's important to be able to rule your spirit. All right? Because, hey, also, if you can't rule your spirit, then how can you fight the flesh? All right? How can you fight that old man trying to creep through? How can you put off that old man if you can't rule your spirit? That is a key, crucial, necessity thing to be able to have when it comes down to serving Yahweh Shem Shah, is ruling your spirit, man. All right? Having that capability to withstand these temptations, to fight these temptations, to fight these different things that's thrown at you. All right? And as we get close to the end, it's going to crank up. It's going to get more aggressive. It's going to get harder. And even though it's cranking up on the left-hand side, we got to crank up even more on the right-hand side, man. And if you're struggling with that, ultimately what you do, cleave unto Yahweh Shem Shah. Seek Yahweh Shem Shah. Pray to Yahweh Shem Shah. Fast, repent. All right? Do these things to build up your spirit, man. All right? Pray to the Lord for an increase. Okay? But nevertheless, all right, killing that old man continually. Back to the topic. All right. Hey, but nevertheless, all right, Lord, when this was edifying to your elect of Israel. With that being said, I'll give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach Chodash. The honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening on to this truth with heart sincerity. Until next time, shalom. In the ball, Kwam Yasharallah, shalom.